I was thinking, should I add like episode 1 or something? But I
You
don't
could
know.
just add that to like the YouTube like thing.
Well, I want to stop doing that just because I think it's more important if I add like what we talked about rather than what episode it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think if I put it there, that looks better. I think. Okay. Recording. Don't think I can go live yet, anyways. Hello. I know a lot of you have been asking. You guys don't cover wrestling enough, even if that is just me in the back of my mind. So, here's the solution to that: putting wrestling on its own little island while still keeping it part of the pod cast offs. And here we are with Wrestlecap episode 1. I
Hello.
don't know what else to say. There's one other person from the pod who talks about wrestling. Here he is.
Hey, they talk about wrestling, they just don't talk about it right.
Sorry. One other person who talks about wrestling that actually watches it, and he is right here. Our boy Robert might join us also. We'll see. But yeah, here is the Wrestlecap. One guy speaks wrestling, the other guy speaks capping.
Oh.
Well, Elimination Chamber just happened. What'd you think, huh? You want to go over this match by match?
Yeah, we could start with the women's chamber.
Hey, hang on. Why are you jumping over the most important thing?
What's that?
Indy Hartwell returned home to a giant ovation.
Okay, see, I did not watch the pre-show. I
No,
will.
you didn't see that?
I seen it like on Twitter. I just kind of forgot about it because I didn't watch it live. But
It it wasn't a bad match, and honestly, I feel like that's the best Indy and Candice have looked on the main roster.
uh,
But no build at all. I didn't even know that was happening. I don't think anybody did.
I had no idea. I didn't even know there was a pre-show, to be honest.
See, I wanted Indy to win the Battle Royal on Raw because
Uh-huh.
she's from there.
Right.
But like, they didn't do anything, so I was like, oh, I guess nothing. But no, just a random tag match. It was pretty good. The ending was pretty nice. Like, it looked like Indy and Candice were trying to do like a assisted, dang, old school.
No.
And then Kyrie Zane pulled Indy's feet out, which made Candice fall and hit the ropes. Was a pretty nice bump. And then they just hit her with their tag team finisher. But yeah, it was pretty good. I know it was pretty good.
Wait, did they win?
No,
Oh, I was gonna say what the.
I'm saying they were about to win, and then Indy got her feet pulled out from her, and then Candice hit the ropes.
Gotcha.
But all right, enough about the pre-show. Let's get to the main show. And as you alluded,
The women's
did
chamber.
Seth Rollins confirm Velveteen Dream return?
See, someone said that on Twitter, and everyone was like, "Has no one ever heard of Prince?"
Did Prince wear 3 glass thing?
Yeah, that's where Velveteen Dream got it from.
Ah.
Yeah, because I don't think WWE is ever gonna touch Velveteen again.
Hey, the Chris Van Vliet interview, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, but I just, I don't think they
Not
want to.
taking not taking any shots. But what's his name? EC3 does have some a little coke tendencies. I'm not saying that's what really happened, but I'm just saying I believe him just as much as I believe Velveteen. So like, I don't know.
Yeah,
You know?
but with all the investigations already going on in WWE, I don't think they want to add someone who had more also.
Yeah, true. I just thought about something though. If we make 100 episodes of Wrestlecap, right, we continue to grow and everything. First 2 things we talked about: Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Velveteen Dream return.
I was gonna say, why did you just scoot to that instead of waiting till we talked about the Grayson Waller effect?
because I seen him first. That was the first thing I seen when Elimination Chamber started was Seth walking with those glasses.
Oh, okay.
Oh, also going back a little bit, Austin Theory was on SmackDown.
Was he?
Yeah, him, Logan Paul, and Grayson were in the back when Paul Heyman got him.
Oh, yeah. I kind of forgot about that.
But all right, now we can get into the lovely women.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good chamber match, I feel like. I feel like Tiffany Stratton kind of stole the show, but everyone performed really well. Everyone did their jobs well. I like how they did like a final 3 instead of a final 2. I was like, that's a cool change up. And I feel like it kind of protected those 3 because like Bianca had kind of like got pinned shockingly, and then like Liv was so distracted by pinning Bianca that she didn't see the manhandle slam coming. So I feel like it kind of like they didn't lose any momentum off of it.
Did you like that ending?
I mean, I guess Becky was like the typical choice, but I think I would have rather had I wanted Bianca to win because I've wanted Bianca and Rhea to have like a Mania match for like 3 years now, but I mean, Becky makes sense star power wise. I think Liv had a better story with Rhea, but I guess
The
it's
video, sorry, the video I was just watching, he said he didn't like the ending. It felt rushed.
I mean, the match was long enough already. Why do we have to have like a singles match basically drag on for like 10 minutes after we
Yes.
already had like a half hour of all the other people?
And I'm with you. I thought it was different, and I thought it was new.
Yeah.
So like, not every chamber match has to come down to the last two hitting back and forth and stuff. You know.
Yeah, and I kind of wish they would do that in the Rumble more too. Like, why does it always have to be like a final match, basically, for the Rumble?
Right. And like, don't get me wrong. I'm fine with it sometimes, but like you said, it's always like that. So that's why I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought. See, I've seen a lot of people debating which chamber match was better, and most people said the women's. I don't know where I'm at on it, honestly.
You know, wait. Let's talk about the Met. Let's hold off until we get to the beds. But staying here though for a second. Tiffany Stratton, I agree with you. She did steal the show. Her and Bianca might be the most athletic freak female wrestlers of all time.
Yeah, it's like crazy because I feel like don't get me wrong, like Tiffany looks like in shape and stuff, but I feel like if you just seen her, you wouldn't be able to think she could just do that stuff.
Yeah, but you see her background though, and she almost made the Olympics. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
You know, the NIL deals are nice for wrestling at least.
See, and I like how she's got that like pretty girl gimmick, but she's like will go out there and do whatever it takes to like win.
Just from what I've seen, she's like if Barbie was in WWE. I don't
I
know
think
why.
I do think that's kind of what she's going for, but it's like you wouldn't expect Barbie to be doing flips off of top of cages and stuff. So it's like,
Haven't you seen Toy Story 3?
yeah, that's true.
All right. Yeah, but like you said, I think we all thought Becky was going to win, and she did, which I'm not against. But
Yeah.
this is what I was trying to think of. It was a joke, but I think I perfectly predicted where this whole Liv Morgan thing is going.
Where?
Okay, so literally the day she got arrested, I left a comment saying she's going to come back a heel, and she's going to steal Dirty Dom away from Rhea.
Oh, I
And
do.
if you-
Yeah, I do remember you saying that.
If you listen to the commentary, I swear to God, that's where they're leading. They're saying Liv will not sleep until she gets her revenge on Rhea, and all Liv has cared about is her revenge on Rhea, and this and that. I'm like, I think I predicted this, dude. Like, I think I got it to a T. What's gonna happen?
That'd be cool. Because I feel like Rhea needs to retain at Mania. I feel like having the match with Becky's fine because that's a big like high profile match for Rhea. But I think she needs to retain to like keep solidifying her as like the girl right now. But like if that's like she ends up like at SummerSlam like losing it to Liv because of like Dom betraying her, I'm alright with that.
Yeah, but and that would be like that would elevate Liv to like a good level, dude. She'd be
Yeah.
like the edge of the female wrestlers.
Well, see, and I feel like that would explain why Dom and Liv haven't really had like, I mean, Dom and Rhea haven't had much like screen time together lately, because I feel like that's gonna be like Dom's explanation is like, you got like so big you forgot about me, or like something like that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
See, like the thing that it made me, what I compare it to the most is, do you remember when Chris Jericho and Christian were like the best of buds?
Yeah, I know
And,
exactly what you're talking about.
and then Trish got involved, and then Trish ended up leaving Chris Jericho and getting with Christian just because she was so pissed at Jericho.
Yeah, it's kind of just like a reverse of that, like reverse the
Yeah.
gender roles on there.
Exactly, right? And like,
Yeah,
I'm here for it if that's what they go.
that's a
And
good. Yeah.
I would say you start really planting them seeds the night after Mania.
Yeah, definitely. Like I feel like there's
Oh,
been like a lot of tension in Judgment Day already, and then like I feel like everybody's been like asking like, what's with the Dom and Rhea like absence, like they're never on screen together anymore. So I feel like it all angles seem like that's where they're going, and I feel like that is a smart way to do it.
all right. So we talked about Liv. We talked about um, Tiffany and Bianca.
Well,
Anything
actually,
on Becky?
one more
Oh,
thing
go.
on Bianca. When Raquel powerbombed her over the ropes, and she like did that like sell where she like flipped over on her feet and then like fell back over. That was a nice sell. I was like, man.
Yeah.
And Raquel, I guess like, have you heard about that stuff with like her that skin condition she's been dealing with or whatever?
No, but I did notice she wasn't wearing any makeup.
Yeah, so that's why she was out for so long. Was like she was getting these like hives and like bumps and like it was like making her face all swollen and stuff. And uh, what just happened?
Somebody named Rams just joined in.
Can you like kick him because you just messed my thing up?
Yeah, I'll kick him. I have no idea who this is though. Rams messaged me, but you gotta go. We're shooting something.
Oh,
Oh, it's A Boogie, whoever that is. A Boogie, I'm gonna kick you for now. Wait, isn't that Marquise?
I think so.
Marquise, you're muted if you're trying to say something.
oh, dude.
Special guest on the very first episode of Wrestlecap. All right, yeah, Marquise, you got to get up out of here for now. What was it, disconnect? Yep, there we go.
Okay.
That was funny.
Right.
Like I'm sorry, I don't mean to like get you off your train of thought, but I wasn't trying to like ban him, and I didn't know if kicking him was going to kick him out of here. So I was trying to like find the option. I think so. I went with disconnect.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, so she had like her face was all swollen and stuff, and she couldn't figure out. I guess the doctors and everybody can't really figure out why it's happening, and it seems to like she got it kind of under control, but it kind of flares up sometimes because you can kind of see her face was a little swollen tonight. But I mean, she still performed well. I feel like she had some of the best like power spots for sure.
Yeah, she definitely filled a good role that I feel like every chamber needs, that big monster.
Yeah, yeah, and she was like. When she was like slamming them against the cage and just like throwing them into the ring, I was like, damn.
All right. So now we've talked about Raquel and the other three.
hmm
Do you think Naomi got done dirty being the first one eliminated?
I want to say yeah because she just came back to like a big reception. I feel like she should have got more, but I also feel like who else could have got eliminated first that it wouldn't have like hurt or like kind of mess with the storyline.
Hey, yeah, I agree. One last thing on Bianca.
Uh,
I wasn't sure how they were, because like I think we knew Bianca wasn't going to win, but I wasn't sure how they were going to pull it off with her coming in last. Because
yeah.
like I don't know who's more protected than Bianca right now, or like legit, I guess. So but I do think they did it nice.
Yeah.
But going back to Naomi, 2 surprise roll-ups to eliminate 2 people in the chamber. Did you like that? Did you not like that?
I didn't hate it. Like, I don't want them to, like, overdo it. But like you said, I feel like there's been so many chamber matches. Like, I'm okay with them changing some things up.
True. And I guess a little alert for later. The men didn't do that. I don't think there was any surprise roll-ups.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah. Did we talk about Becky at all?
We just kind of talked about like how her winning was expected, but we didn't talk about her performance.
I thought she performed very well, and I don't know, I don't know who's directing WWE shows now, but all I know is every time Becky was on somebody's shoulders, the camera was right up her butt, and like literally every single time. I don't know who's directing. I don't know if Seth's directing these, but can we cut down on those a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, there'll be more to talk about with those camera angles later, but yeah, I also feel like she was kind of quiet in that match. Like, I don't know if that's like a gimmick they try to do to like make you forget about them, so when they win, you're like, oh, cool. But like, I feel like she didn't have a lot of like moments.
True, but she did start it off. Both. I'll hold on to that. But one thing I did want to add, and you reminded me of it. So they said there was a camera in each chamber pod, and there was a camera in each, and there was a mic in each chamber pod.
Yeah.
But nobody was talking at all.
I know.
Like in both chamber matches, I was like, man, good thing LA Knight's in the other one because I don't know if anyone's gonna talk. And then LA Knight started the match, and I was like, well, shoot, I guess no one's gonna talk, and those are some wasted mics. Luckily, Logan Paul did, and I think that's why they cut the feed because of whatever he was saying. But
yeah.
Sorry, but go on.
Yeah, like I was saying, I just feel like Becky didn't have a huge showing, but that's like, I guess that's not a bad thing. Like, let the other people elevate themselves, even though they weren't going to win the chamber. And where do you think, because we kind of talked about where we think Liv's going to go, where do you think, like, where do you think Bianca does at Mania? Because I think probably Jade Cargill.
I agree with you on that. If not Jade, though, I would love to see her and Tiffany do something. But it looks like it's going to be Tiffany and Naomi.
Yeah, I do think that is where they're leading.
Yeah. But I'm not going to turn down Jade and Jade and Bianca Belair. I was going to say, what that reminds me of the most, I feel like that could be the females Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior match. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Like, just the stare down alone.
Yeah.
The physiques they have, I think it could be cool.
Yeah, I think that's a good... Because it doesn't have to be long either, and I feel like, there's going to be a lot of Mania matches, so that could be like a cool, just like 8-minute match, 8 to 10 minutes.
Oh, and one last thing about it, I don't think either person is hurt. If Bianca loses, Jade's on the momentum wave. If Jade loses, she lost to, like, arguably one of the greatest of all time. I don't even think that's arguable. For, like, women, I think Bianca is one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, for what she's done, like, already, like, she was dominant in NXT, and then she's been, like, dominant since the main roster, so...
Yeah, if anything, she's, like, the Batista of the women.
Yeah, that's a good comparison, actually.
Yeah, because, like, neither of them were strong mic talkers, at least at that point for Batista, but they could both go.
Right. Alright, I guess that kind of clears what we think everybody's going to do if we're putting, like, Tiffany and Naomi together.
True. So we can move on from the women if there's nothing left.
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
So I don't remember if this played next, but I know it played in between one of the matches. The little, like, promo they shot where it was Cody and Seth walking up, Rock and Roman walking up on the other side. Dude, there's nothing better to, like, build hype than a face-to-face. I don't know what it is.
Did you not...
Sorry, go ahead.
Did you not see when they debuted that? Like, right after... It was the SmackDown after the press conference.
Probably not. I might. It did look familiar.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. Just watching it again, it was like, dude, oh my. Face-to-face is so crazy, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to... We'll talk about that more later, because it's like, I'm even more confused on where they're going now, but...
Yeah.
We'll see.
So, after that was the tag match, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Before I forget, we brought up camera angles. There was a moment where I think it was Pete lifted Damien up,
Mm.
and he was like supposed to hit the turnbuckle, but the camera angle showed him like clearly just smacking it with his hand,
Yeah.
and his head was way way far from it,
Yeah.
and he was like coming out like all days like this, and it was like wrestling at its finest.
Right. Like that's.
Oh yeah,
more on the camera guy, I feel like.
that's more on directed. Camera guy's doing his job.
Well, true.
But what was I about to say? New Catch Republic. We couldn't remember their names on the podcast song.
Yeah.
New Catch Republic.
I still don't like it, but I'm glad they kind of explained what it meant. Because I feel like everyone was like, what the hell does that mean? But I guess it's just like paying homage to catch-style wrestling that was made in the UK. So I'm like, okay, I guess at least it has an explanation.
There's a rule where you never put new in any tag name because it never works. I think this isn't going to work. I'm saying.
You think it never works, huh?
Well, I think it was Edge and Christian who said it, but like you can't be the new Legion of Doom. You can't be the new Hardy Boys. You can't be the new anything. So like when the new is in your title, it just doesn't work.
But what about if it's a new day? Yes, it is.
Well, they're the New Day. It's not. You can't be the new Day. That might be the one exception, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like they should have just kept like British strong style or like I don't know. They could have came up with something better, but it's whatever. I feel like they put on a good match. I thought they were gonna win for a second. It was close.
Yeah, I just. It's not that I didn't want them to win. It's just I need a little more from them too.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't surprised that they lost, but when they hit that like what they called the Birmingham Hammer or whatever, I was like, man, is that their new finisher? Are they really about to win? But then Dom and Damien like saved them or whatever. But man, let's talk about those boos for Dom. Dave Meltzer said those are like funneled in. I've seen videos of like crowd reactions, like phone recordings. No, that was all real. He couldn't even talk, dude. Like you could barely hear him. I was like, dang.
I think Dave is lacking. He's underselling how loud a boo from 15, 20,000 people can be, you know?
I think Dave's just kind of fallen off the deep end because lately he's been like terrible with his calls.
But damn, what was I about to say? Oh man, you froze me.
Oh my bad.
You're good. Oh, because one thing about Dom, and this is why I think he's like the most over heel in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's like where like the Rock is a bad guy, right? People
Right.
still love the Rock, so when he says something, they still laugh. You know, they still cheer when he does something cool.
Yeah.
Dominic, everyone is like in agreement. No matter what he does, we're not even going to let it. We're not even going to heal it. We're just going to screw the hell out of it.
I know, because
You
it's funny, because then they'll be like, man, Dom's good, dude. Like, he's grown he's grown so far, but then, like, as soon as they see him in person, they're just like, boo, you suck.
They'd probably do that to him if they saw him on the street. So that's how you know he's that dude right now.
Yeah. That's I hope they do have big plans for him at Mania, or at least something. He needs something. Like, I don't want him to just be like the manager dude. Like, I feel like you got to give him something.
But right, he is starting to get into the background a little. The boos are still loud, but maybe they're dying down a little.
Mm-hmm.
Does that not go perfectly with the scenario we laid out earlier?
Yeah,
where Rhea
man.
left them behind, the Judgment Day doing their own thing, you know.
Yeah, him.
It's what Liv, bro.
Him turning
That's
on.
Liv strikes.
Him turning on Rhea, man. People might actually like riot like that.
That's what I'm saying, man. I really hope that's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's all setting up perfectly. I hope that you know, someone in WWE is thinking like how you're thinking, because it's like that's like such a missed opportunity if they don't do that. Because like if they haven't been planning it, then they just accidentally planned it, and they should capitalize on it.
Exactly. And like they're both jailbirds, man. Imagine.
That's what they could be called, the jailbirds.
Yeah. I can picture the little logo right now.
Right.
Just imagine that WrestleMania entrance, dude. Dom's entrance was nice. It could be better. You know?
See, and that could set up Buddy coming back, and they do a tag match.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And I don't even like Buddy.
Right.
But like, we already hate Dom because he's second generation, and like he got it. He's like in this nice spot without working for it or whatever, right? In the story. Yeah. Now just picture him getting with the bombshell like Liv Morgan. Also, it's like I hate this guy with everything in my. It's like Josh in that Drake and Josh episode where Mindy's like brothers in town or something.
Yeah.
You just hate him that much.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, one last thing on that tag match. I don't know how we got so far away from there.
I'm just
Finn
talking
was
about
selling
Dom.
the hell out of that hand, man.
I think he actually hurt it because it was bleeding.
You think so?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was from when Pete like split his fingers or whatever, and he was just selling it. Because like when you watch the replay, he was like, he looked fine.
Yeah, I mean maybe it was just a sell, but it was bleeding a little bit. So he probably just got like scratched or something, and he was using that as part of the sell, I bet.
But did you see the ref handed her like Damien's belts? Because he was like looking at him, and then he dropped him, and she started walking away, and he like snatched the belts from her.
I did not see that.
It's crazy how they can tell which belt is theirs.
I know,
without the names on it.
Yeah, what is different about them?
So on Edge and Christian's podcast, Edge said he knew which tag belt was his because his had a scratch on it or something like that. So if you watch back some of their matches from their first title reign, I believe, they hand them over a lot where they switch them. And that's the main reason why. But the main thing, they had nameplates back then. These guys don't have nothing.
Right.
You know?
I just want to know when they're going to separate the belts. Like, come on.
I think at Mania.
You think they're going to have, like, 2 separate matches?
Yeah, I think they'll have a match night 1 and a match night 2.
I hope so.
Somebody from Raw, somebody from SmackDown.
Probably, guessing Awesome Truth and then maybe the Street Profits. I
hope, but, like, they need to do something because teams like the Street Profits are starting to get hurt from this.
Yeah.
You know? And, what are they called? Final Testimony or whatever? Mm-hmm. It's like, why are these two factions fighting at all? Like, this is the most non-feud ever.
Yeah, it is pretty weird. Especially, it would make sense if it was, like, about to be War Games or something, but, like, it's not, so it's like...
It's, like, literally just happening.
Yeah.
But, anything else here, Tag?
New
Catch Republic, you think they have anything? Sorry.
I think they got momentum. I feel like the name. I think with their in-ring ability, they can get over the name because they're still getting cheered. But I don't know what they're gonna do right now because the tag team landscape seems kind of cluttered. But I feel like that's another reason they got to separate the belts, give all these people double the chances. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. I fear they have the same problem as DIY. They need something. They need a good segment.
Yeah. Well, that's why DIY needs to go heel, I think.
True.
Just because
they could.
There's not a lot of heel tag teams right now. And then I feel like when they were both heels in NXT, that was like maybe their most entertaining characters. So.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. So Marquis said, "LOL, dude, my bad. I stumbled in there. It said y'all streaming, so I joined to watch." I appreciate that, big dog. The YouTube streams. That's where I need you, though, bro. All right. I think we covered that tag pretty good.
Yeah. So
what was next? The men's chamber?
The Grayson Waller effect.
Oh, you're right. You want to tackle that first?
Yeah. I was surprised how me and Robert kind of talked about this. Why was it so long? Like, the entrances were so long. Because, like, not only did, like, Cody and Seth have long entrances, but even Grayson got a pretty long entrance. And then Theory was just in the ring, so he definitely got the shaft in this. But then, like, I don't know, the segment itself was kind of long, but I feel like it didn't answer anything. Like, yeah. Cody versus The Rock, like, when, where, how does that make sense? I don't know.
There's one guy was saying Cody should put the Rumble match on the line or something, and I'm like, why? Did he learn nothing? Like, why would you do that?
Right. Especially when there's no more pay-per-views before Mania. Like, you're just gonna do it on SmackDown? Like, that'd be crazy.
Or night one. But I don't like it. Like, I'm with you. It like, and to just announce it like this, like, that's kind of lame. You know, like, we can't like have a face-off, or like The Rock interferes in his match, so he calls him out or something. Like, he's just literally calling him out because The Rock slapped him.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
and it's like, what, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later? It's like, why are you calling him out now?
Well, and what pissed me off was, I feel like he was about to explain, because he literally said, I know a lot of people are wondering why I gave up the main event and then took it back, and then Grayson Waller interrupted him, and he just never went back to that. I'm like, I would have liked that explanation, but
I know.
because he said what me and The Rock talked about in our meeting, and I'm like, okay, I would like to know that too, and then he just didn't say it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, the crowd getting behind Cody Crybabies, like, if they make a shirt out of that, and grown men are willingly wearing those shirts, I have never been so much on The Rock side. If that's what happens, like,
but I think they're gonna be branded for The Rock.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. When he said, "Who's a Cody Crybaby in here?" and they all chanted, it's like, why is this generation just embrace anything like this? Sooner or later, we're gonna start calling each other like inflammatory bad names, and we're like, "Yeah, that's right. I'm a puss," or something like that. It's like,
okay. I mean, I do think it's gonna be branded for The Rock. Like, it's gonna say, like, I don't know how they'd make it, but I've seen the thing that they said it was supposed to be a Rock shirt, but I don't know. I also, another thing, what in the hell was the point in Roman and Grayson Waller's interaction last night? Because nothing happened.
Right. There wasn't a jumping or nothing.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is, like, going more towards what you said, they were like, Roman told Grayson, you need to make sure Cody challenges The Rock or something. And then that's going to be the stipulation, is he'll face him, but it has to be for the main event of WrestleMania. Like, for that on the line. Because that's like that's the only thing I can think of like, or else there's like, what did Roman tell him? Because he didn't do anything.
What if Roman told him to cut him off anytime he was gonna spill the beans on something?
Yeah, maybe. But wouldn't the beans be spilled on The Rock side about Roman?
I don't know, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell. Grayson Waller's line, though, about the American education system, that was good. That was good.
Those two are good. I think they could be a really good heel team, or just individuals, but it's very cluttered right now.
When Cody grabbed him and was like throwing him into the sign, and he kept the like going, that killed me.
Yeah, you smell.
And then the way he sold the curb stomp, he was like fucking. It looked like fucking Stomp the Yard. He was like straight up on his head.
See, I guess that's one thing. I thought when he took the mic from Cody or Seth, whoever was talking, I thought he was going to say, "You want The Rock, I want The Rock."
That's like, yeah, that's what I thought too. Because I was like, The Rock did just like go out there and beat his ass like that one night.
Right. But like, I guess he's over that now.
Heels always align with the heels, I guess.
True. But on a grand scheme, I kind of think the Grayson Waller effect flopped.
Yeah.
Like you said, it didn't tell anything, and it wasn't like very interesting. There wasn't much to remember about it. But I guess I'm glad it happened. But
Right. Like, I mean, it, got some guys on camera that needed camera, got some pops going, but I guess their ultimate reason for it was for the Cody Rock challenge, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of things people thought were going to happen just didn't.
yeah. And Grayson is from there, so he had to be on the show.
Oh, definitely.
All right. So
Then,
now it's the men's chamber, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Did you like the...
I'll bring this up at the end because it doesn't have anything to do with the chamber. But.
Did you like the two starting it? You think that was the right choice?
Going off your point about the mics, no. But then, like, before, I didn't know they had mics in there. So, before that, I thought it was a cool, like, two of the biggest stars, two of the guys who could, like, go the longest starting it. I was like, that's cool. I'm really glad that LA Knight's still getting some pops, because I was, like, scared that he was fizzling out with all the, like, Punk and Randy returning and now The Rock. But he's still got some good momentum.
Yeah. I guess the one thing is that Becky also started and won, and Drew also started and won. But, like,
yeah.
That's such a nitpicky thing, though. Like,
yeah.
It's not that big a deal.
It's not like, I feel like they're just now making it a thing about what entrant you are in the Elimination Chamber. Because it's not like the Rumble. Like, that matters, I feel like, way more. Like, what matters. And it's like, how do you count 1 and 2? Like, you both start at the same time. Like, I don't know.
True. LA Knight slamming Drew's head into every single, like, chamber for about, like, a good minute. That was...
Dude,
that was pretty funny.
When he was slamming it into Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens was, like, punching it at the same time. That was so funny. Or when Logan went up to Kevin's pod, and he, like, started headbutting it, and Logan was like, oh, that guy's crazy. Yeah, Kevin Owens is hilarious.
All around, I will say this was my... As of right now, it might be recency bias, but this was, like, my favorite chamber. Just because, like, I thought Drew was going to win. I wanted Drew to win. But, like, realistically, if anybody in that match had won, I don't think I would have been upset.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Bree, actually. I was like, I feel like I wouldn't be mad at anybody except maybe Logan. But then it's like, it is, like, has the story with the rematch against Seth. So even that wouldn't have been, like, terrible. But,
right?
Yeah. It was like the first chamber match in a long time where I feel like everybody was a viable option.
And then also, the moment, what was it? I think, was it Logan threw Kevin through the pod?
Mm-hmm.
And Bobby speared Logan through the other pod? And then that Claymore right after? That was like a very hype 30 seconds right there.
Yeah.
Like, it was nice. Bobby looked really good in this match. Like,
yeah. I feel like that's a good way to, like, even though he got eliminated first, he still looks strong.
Yep.
Even with, like, this, like, elbow injury they were, like, saying. Because that might have been the best, like, breaking a pod spot in, like, a long time. Like,
that spear?
Yeah. Like, I feel like that's credit to both of them, because Logan, like, sold that like crazy. But that was just a nice one. Like, it didn't... Sometimes you get that stupid thing where the pod doesn't break cleanly, but that was, like, straight through.
No, that pod had no option but to break cleanly.
Yeah, because Bobby was, like, hauling ass when he speared him, too. I was like, dang, I haven't seen Bobby move that fast in a minute.
For real? It's like he did it for us.
Yeah, because I also feel like the Chamber's kind of... Especially since they made it, like, a Saudi pay-per-view the last few years, I feel like it was, like, kind of shuffled underneath the rug. Like, it was like, oh yeah, Chamber, but it doesn't really matter. But this one I felt like a big one for the first time in a while.
I agree with you. And, like, it was not to say the Chambers weren't for something, but, like, this was whoever win this Chamber probably is going to win the World Heavyweight title. Like, it felt like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. And I feel like lots of times you get chamber matches where it's like, yeah, we kind of thought Drew was the clear winner, but like an LA Knight versus Seth match would have been good. So I feel like they need that. This is like what they've needed to do for a long time, where they need a bunch of stars to where you think like, hey, anybody can win this title at any time. And I feel like they haven't had that in a long time. So I'm glad that that's like coming back. It gives me like Attitude Era, early 2000 feels, where it's like, I feel like I don't think we'll see another long title reign in a while after this.
I hope so, because I've definitely had my fill.
Yeah, like it's like everybody's a generational champion now. Like, come on.
I know, because all at once, Roman, Gunther, and Bianca were all like year-long champions.
And did you
all
see
in the same time.
when Seth came out? He's almost a year-long champion already. I'm like, what the hell?
Is he really?
He's at like 280 something days.
Wow, the time has flown, dude.
I know. Because it was Backlash last year, right?
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
Or no. It was the one after Backlash, because Backlash was Puerto Rico.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but it was like if he wins at Mania, he's definitely getting another. He'll make it to a year probably, but I don't know.
All right.
I also feel like because I was hoping LA Knight would go for the U.S. title, but then now he's obviously, because we'll talk about that as Bobby, because we talked about Bobby getting eliminating first. His injury, it took him a while to get out of the ring, which that was pretty cool that they had LA Knight hit his finisher on Logan, but then Logan like rolled out so he couldn't pin him. So then he hit it on Drew and had Drew like beat, and then AJ Styles flew across the country just to screw LA Knight.
Which is awesome though. Like initially I was upset AJ lost his like match and LA Knight got in. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess AJ, he's a vet now, so he probably just didn't want to travel over there.
Yeah.
So like I made all these reasons why I was okay with AJ not being in the chamber match. But now here fast forwarding to now, I'm like, man, they did that pretty nice. Because like you said, this dude was so pissed, he just sat back and waited. And then he flew all the way across just to do that.
Like he's just
and
been like,
him.
Yeah, like he's just been thinking like, how can I screw this man worse than he screwed me? He's like, I just got to play the patient game, like.
Yeah.
But so, because that was like cool, and like I feel like that's a way to I feel like this pay-per-view did a really good job of keeping people strong even after losing, because like LA Knight didn't really lose any momentum off that. And then we had the stuff with like Randy and Logan and Kevin. I feel like all the losers in this match are about to be in a ladder match for the US belt at Mania.
See, I was thinking that, but I don't know. Like, I'm starting to think they're just not gonna. I think it's just gonna be Randy and Logan.
You think?
Yeah, because like, let's say they did take all those guys who lost. So Logan, Bobby, AJ, Randy, and we'll even throw in Karrion Kross, right?
Mm.
What else happens on the 2 nights in Mania? Like, that's potentially 3 matches right there, all slammed into one.
I mean, we got the tag titles matches. We got Jimmy versus Jay. We got Bianca versus like Jade probably. I guess maybe, but I don't know. I just feel like, but that also you got to look at it the other way. If they don't do this ladder match, a couple of these guys might be left off Mania.
I don't know, man. There's two nights.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 7 matches each. That's 3 matches. We got Roman and Cody, so that's 4. Seth and Drew, which is 5. Like you said, Jade and Bianca, 6. Becky, Rhea, 7. Kyrie and Bailey, 8.
Mm-hmm.
It'd probably be, what, Gunther and Chad Gable, maybe?
Yeah, either Chad or I was seeing Braun Breaker, but I think it's a little too early.
So that's 9. And then the tag match, which I don't know who it'll be against, 10. We're still Can you think of 4 more matches?
You think they're gonna do like 7 matches each night?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know about that. Because then you also got to think, what if they do a like Rock something with the Rock night 1?
All right, 11.
Because I mean, if you think about it, this pay-per-view today was like 3.5 hours, and there was 4 matches and a TV show. I don't know. I think they might.
It wasn't Mania.
I think they might shoot for 6 matches a night.
So, I don't know. You think Randy's going in a ladder match though? His back?
Yeah, he just probably won't take any like going through a ladder spot.
As a Randy fan, I hope they don't do that. That man is precious cargo. Let's not damage him anymore.
Bro, Ric Flair did a Money in the Bank when he was like 60.
I was fine losing Rick's wrestling career.
I mean, if you plan it right, he doesn't have to take too much damage. If anything, he has a lot of like lay down time in a ladder match, so that might be less strain than an actual match.
Just real quick though, Ric Flair took a suplex off the top of a ladder.
Yeah.
At like 50. This dude is insane.
Yeah.
I can still hear his screams today.
Yeah. Well, what did you think of, well, one point I want to point out about Kevin Owens also, besides, like, I feel like he was the funniest in the chamber for sure. But that was cool that he did that, like, choke slam for that Make-A-Wish kid. It was a nice one. That was
cool.
It was a pretty nice choke slam. I'll give him credit. For, not, like, a guy who's not that tall, that was a decent choke slam.
It happened too fast. I didn't even see it happen. I just heard the commentary talking about it.
I think that's, like, because Bree said this too. I think he wanted to just like get it out of the way before he like forgot about it or something. Like he was, I got to do this for this kid. Just like got it out of the way. He's like, all right, now I can do the rest of the match.
It was definitely a nice gesture.
Yeah, but you know, I always felt like he changed the pop-up powerbomb as his finisher to the stunner because he was like, he didn't know if he could do it to those other like big guys, but he did it to Drew like effortlessly. So I was like, he could definitely just keep that as his finisher.
Now, yeah, he could. Because Drew is a freak athlete, though. Could you imagine if he was trying to hit that on Kane or The Undertaker or something like that, you know?
Yeah, true.
Who were good athletes in their own right, but, you know, Drew can, like, do a flip over the rope. Well, I guess Taker could, too, but not the same.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's a longevity move, definitely, because he could do the stunner for, like, another 10 years, but I don't know. I just like when people have original finishers.
Yeah, and as cool as the pop-up powerbomb is, though, you gotta admit the pop, you know, just only the RKO can rival the out of nowhere-ness of like the stunner or like the boom, it was hit. Oh, you know what I mean? Like the pop-up powerbomb, you're not for sure that they just won't kick out of it at this point, you know?
Yeah.
And it needs to be set up, you know what I mean? Like you got to throw him off the ropes most of the time, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like that Drew one he caught Drew mid run.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. That's why I don't like how. Move. Yeah, that's why I don't like how Drew counts down for the Claymore. Like, just hit it. Like, you don't need to count down.
See, I will agree. I don't like that, but the crowd's behind it. Like, I can't argue with it. Yeah. And then he does still hit it out of nowhere. Like when he hit it on Bobby after the pod.
Yeah, that's true. I will say, the RKO is probably the best out of nowhere move, but Daniel Bryan's knee, it's pretty close.
You think?
He would hit that thing out of nowhere to hit it up down.
I think the only thing that was kind of close was Shawn's super kick.
That too. I think Shawn set up the best out of nowhere finishers. Because like Randy does it cool, but that's a lot of camera work. Like they intentionally make you not be able to see him. But the way Shawn was able to like hit it out of a reversal, like I was just rewatching like the original Elimination Chamber, and when he flips Triple H over him and then like hits the turnbuckle and then just turns into the super kick, it's like, how are you that accurate? You're not even looking behind you, bro. Like, it's just too clean.
He was good, man. He was a wizard with that thing.
And then the Cena one where he flips out of the FU and hits the turnbuckle, and then on that Raw where they in the UK, man, that might be my favorite super kick ever. Like Shelton's, the one on Shelton is like close, but that one, just the fluidity of it was like, damn, that was nice.
See, that's why we got to enjoy the RKO now while we can.
Yeah, I mean that was a good one that he hit on Logan. The camera work worked because I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. I thought he was gonna like get reversed after trying to hit someone with it, but yeah, it worked nicely.
I'm just saying, man, with this next generation coming, the RKO will just be the DDT eventually.
The cutter. It's just gonna be, oh, he hits him with a cutter.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, man. Like, how the reason the super kick meant so much when Sean was doing it, because like if he'd hit you and then he'd go down, as a kid you're like, Sean, just pin him, you could win right here, you know. Now you hit the super kick, I think we all are like, okay, this is like a rest spot right here, you know, like they're just catching their, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the suddenness is over. So I feel like the same thing's gonna happen with the RKO. There'll be a surprise RKO and they'll lay there for a second and they'll crawl over and they'll kick out and be like, that would have never happened when Randy was here.
Yeah, I do hate that about like nowadays wrestling. Is a lot of like really great moves back in the day are now just become like normal moveset moves. I'm like, eh. Like I get it's like it's also like about the person. Like if Randy hits you with a cutter, the RKO, you're done compared to other people. So it's like that's kind of cool. It keeps it like on the person. They do it best, but it also just makes the moves look kind of weak.
Yeah. Everybody kind of, I don't want to say they like look like a clone, but they're all, so instead of making your own moveset in WWE, they're all taking generic 8 and they're just slapping in their own moves.
Yeah.
they're slapping in like their running moves and their signature and finisher.
Right. So, but I guess going back to the match, what did you think of the finish? Because honestly, Drew kind of got his ass beat that whole match.
Oh, hold on, wait. Before getting into that, we mentioned AJ Styles, you know, what he did to LA Knight.
Yeah.
Who pinned him, though?
Wasn't it Logan?
Drew McIntyre.
Oh, it was
Fast
Drew.
forward.
It was Drew.
Fast forward, Logan knocks out Randy with the brass knucks. Who pins him?
Yeah. Ultimate Opportunist 2.0.
That's what I'm saying. When I messaged you earlier, man, that's what I was dying of. I was like, this man Drew literally didn't hit anybody with a move to pin him. He just crawled over and took the pins.
Yeah, he basically like just got handed the match.
I did like it though, cause like I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see it coming. I didn't think Randy and Logan were gonna face.
Uh-huh.
I can see it now because you know Logan was on the pod and Randy works with people he likes. It seems, but like I like that. I did notice Logan was in the corner the whole time. I was like, why isn't he? Because he was there for a long. It was like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I was like, is somebody else going to come in or something? But nah, it was set up nice. He brought out the brass knuckles. Is like the sledgehammer of right now's wrestling. You know, like it's a pretty good weapon.
You gotta give credit to William Regal, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I like it though. I liked it. Everybody, like you said, was protected. Drew is just he has found his niche right now for this character. Logan is like, it's not a slap in the face to say he's in that like Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar level of rookie years.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, I was excited for it.
Did you see what Drew said before the match? Like, it was before like the pay-per-view started, but like in an interview, when he was like, he said, "If I lose this match, then my career is as useless as CM Punk's return."
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, that dude definitely.
And then Bobby came over.
Yeah, that dude's just like certified hater, but it's like it works for him.
Have you even seen his like social media?
Yeah, he's like on fire.
Dude, when he was like, oh man, I can't remember what he was saying, but he was definitely taking shots at CM Punk. He was like, whatever he said, and then he got to the end and he started like working on his triceps. He's like, wouldn't want to tear my tricep. And then He put on that Meek Mill song.
Yeah.
He's killing me, man.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like he's got to win at Mania because then when that Punk return feud, that's going to be like amazing.
When do you think Punk is going to come back?
I say Money in the Bank.
You think like he'll be in the match and win Money in the Bank, or
No, I think he'll come out after Drew like defends the belt.
you saw him? Did you see he was at Raw?
Yeah, he came out like after. That's kind of cool. I like that they're keeping him around. He's not just like sitting at home like.
For real.
And I feel like he should be like the host of Mania. I don't think they're gonna do a host. I don't think Triple H likes that like Vince did. But I think he'll at least be on the panel.
I think he'll be on the panel, but I will disagree with you. He doesn't seem like the host type.
That's a good point too.
Like, who's been the last few hosts? Alexa Bliss, The Miz, The New Day?
Yeah.
Bailey? Didn't she host it last year? You gotta be like that kind of niche. She's like too serious to be the host, you know? Like,
that's a good point, yeah. I just hope he's involved in some aspect.
Yeah, I think he's definitely gotta be. That's why I'm really hoping for that chaotic ending where everybody just runs in. And I hope he's one of them.
Yeah. We'll see.
But,
it'll be crazy.
So, we covered everybody in the men's chamber, right?
Yep, I believe so.
Now, it's not their mistake, it was mine. I thought the chamber was over after that.
You just turned it off?
I forgot Rhea and Nia were on.
Oh, man.
So, I heard she was over, but you want to take it over for me?
I mean, you know, one of the biggest pops when her music hit. I don't really like... I get that they're trying to keep Nia as, like, you know, she's a powerhouse or tough to beat. But she kind of manhandled Rhea most of the match. But Rhea hit some cool moves. She had a freaking... Here's the Dom thing paying off. She had a freaking Hurricane Rana on Nia. I was like, what the hell? But... And then... this goes to the point we were talking about earlier about these camera angles. Because she wore some revealing stuff. And the camera was like pointed at her butt the whole time. I was like, Jesus.
Who is directing?
Especially Nia was like, had her in like a squeeze and then changed it to like a leg lock where she like lifted her one leg up. And the camera was just like right on it. I was like, alright. But, I mean, you know, whatever sells, I guess. But... Did you also? So I'm guessing you didn't see. So she won. She hit Nia with a superplex off off the turnbuckle, which was crazy. I was like, damn. And then she hit the riptide, but she like ran to her family. Her sister looks exactly like she did before she got all the tattoos and stuff. Like they could be like twins. Like it was crazy. And then even like her older sister and like her mom, they all have like the same face.
They all have the same face?
Yeah. Like, it's like, there's no question they're related.
Let me see. Oh, man, is her sister the blonde chick next to her with the, like, blue shirt on?
Yeah.
She does look very familiar.
Yeah, because someone put a side-by-side of, like, her sister, and then Rhea when she was, like, in the Mae Young Classic, when she, like, debuted. It's, like, almost spot on. Like, dang. But it was weird seeing Rhea get kind of emotional because when she came out, you could tell she was trying not to cry. And after she won, she like was wiping tears. I was like, it's nice to see, but it's also like weird to see.
She's going baby, bro.
Oh yeah, I definitely think that's another reason. Like you could tell she's kind of distancing from the Judgment Day.
Yeah, with the whole Dom thing, man, she will literally be the biggest baby face in wrestling.
Yeah.
Like,
she
might surpass Cody.
Here's a question, though. Does Dom and Liv just stay in the Judgment Day, or do you think the Judgment Day just goes away?
I think they just fully disperse at that point.
Fair.
Like, maybe they do, like, another week or something, and then, what the heck? I get what you... So all I typed in was Rhea Ripley family chamber to see her sister and their family. Like 6 pictures down. Rhea Ripley butt ass exposed at WWE Elimination Chamber.
Butt ass exposed. What kind of wording is that?
Oh yeah, dude, it is all over this. Man, I see it.
Yeah, it's only broke the internet, but she knew what she was doing, you know.
Yeah, she knows her fans, like she always says.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they'll disperse. Like maybe they'll try and like stick around for a week, and then I think either Finn or Damian will get like drafted to the other show, or I think they're getting split up after Mania.
Yeah.
Or at least soon after Mania.
Speaking of like Judgment Day and like stuff, what the hell are they gonna do with the Money in the Bank? Because I know you don't like the Sami Zayn idea, but if Sami Zayn got a shock win, that opens up Damian cashing in. But if anybody else has the belt, I don't see it viable for Damian to cash in.
Hey, maybe it's just not Damian's time.
Then what? I don't know what happens then. What happens to the Money in the Bank? Is he the first person to let it expire?
Don't get me wrong, I'm not David's biggest fan, but I hope that doesn't happen.
Because it's like, I don't know, does he cash in and just lose? I just feel like the Money in the Bank has become a joke in the last few years.
Okay, let's say, does Drew need a long title run?
No, but he needs to have it, I think, until Punk comes back.
So, what if Drew wins it from Rollins? Nothing happens. Sammy calls him out, challenges him. Sammy takes him to the limit, maybe even wins. So this is probably Money in the Bank. Everyone knows Damian has to cash in. So Damian will be sitting there at like commentary the whole match, or not even at commentary, just sitting at the side, and like he's basically letting you know he will cash in right after this match. So Sammy beats him. Damian slowly gets into the ring. Drew Claymore Sammy. Damian beats him. And then next pay-per-view we got that triple threat.
Alright. Then when does CM Punk come back?
When Drew wins the title back.
Alright. I mean, that's not terrible.
Let's say SummerSlam.
Fair. That's not terrible. That's not a terrible way to do it, I guess.
Can you go 3-4 more months without seeing CM Punk?
I can go till SummerSlam.
Yeah, because like WrestleMania to SummerSlam sounds like a long time, but like what is that, like 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Like, if he's coming back, well, why not come back 100%? You know, like at least as close.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that trend where if you're gone from WWE for a long time, you get injured pretty much immediately after?
Yeah, it does seem to happen quite often.
Because what was Edge gone, like 9 months or 9 years?
Yeah, something like that.
He gets hurt in like his first or second match back. Cody hurt by Mania, or what was it, right after Mania?
Yeah.
CM Punk. I'm just saying, not a good idea to leave.
True, it's like a karma one. But then, all those guys after they came back from those injuries, they were good.
That's fine. But do you consider wrestling in front of 13 people good?
No, I'm saying, like, after Cody got injured, then came back, he's like a bigger star. I think the same will happen for Punk. I mean, I don't think Punk could become a bigger star, but I think he'll have a better run. I don't think he'll get hurt again.
I was just taking an unnecessary shot at AEW.
Hey. See, this is what I don't understand about these stupid Wrestling Observer Awards or whatever. Because WWE won Promotion of the Year. Triple H won Booker of the Year. What's his name? Nick Khan won Promoter of the Year. But then Dynamite won Show of the Year. And WWE was also third in Worst Promotion of the Year. I'm like, what the...
So, I wasn't going to bring this up because I don't really know about it. But there was like, Christian. He didn't win, like, most disrespectful like thing brought up, right? And usually when somebody dies and they bring it up, that's guaranteed to win it. Like it's a disgrace to the business and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But only when WWE does it. So like WWE won it for pushing Ray after Eddie died. WWE won it when CM Punk brought up
Paul Bearer.
Oh my god, Paul Bearer's death. Like WWE won it when they brought Brian Pillman's wife on and stuff, right? Christian has never won that, and he actually came in third for best gimmick of the year. But so they were like calling him out for hypocrites on that. What do you think of that?
I mean, he's 100% a hypocrite, because there's lots of stuff he'll praise AEW for that WWE did like a long time ago, or he will give all these 5-star matches to all these matches that I've seen way better WWE ones. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I don't understand why he hates the company that has got him to the point where he's at.
Because that's how he got to the point where he's at.
Yeah, just like, shitting on him.
If you're a channel based on shitting all over the Broncos, you can't ever go to the other side, you know, like.
Yeah, that's fair.
But what was I about to say?
So we can never go to the AEW side, is what you're saying.
Well, I can't at the moment. I drew the line in the sand when I said 13 fans. What's his name? The fact he's never given Kurt Angle a 5-star match, that's enough for me. Like, I don't respect this.
Especially saying he never had an opponent that could get him to a 5-star match. I'm like, what are you talking about? Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, like all these guys he had definitely. Eddie Guerrero. These were 5-star matches. Like, he's crazy.
I feel like everybody you just named also had 5-star matches before, so it's like.
So I think
maybe Brock did it.
I don't think Brock ever did. I don't think Taker ever did. No, Taker and no, I don't think Taker ever did, because he didn't even give Taker and Shawn 5 stars. So from his last so in 1999, I want to say it was like Stone Cold vs. The Rock got 5 stars or something, and then he did not give WWE another 5-star match until Punk and Cena at Money in the Bank.
And then between there, it was Cody and Rollins in that Hell in a Cell match, right?
Well, if we're talking like main roster ones, NXT got a few. Like Andrade and Johnny, the DIY versus Alpha Academy tag match, Ciampa and Gargano's like final match. Those all got 5 stars, but yeah, main roster wise, it wasn't until Seth and Cody. Which is like crazy, because like go back and watch the Rollins, Brock, Cena triple threat at Rumble and tell me that's not a 5-star match. What constitutes a 5-star match?
See, what I don't love about that one was Brock went out for like 10 minutes. The start was great, the ending was great, but that's why I would give that like a 4.
Fair.
Yeah, I honestly hate that spot, unless it's a battle royal, like when Chelsea Green did that on Raw.
Yeah.
Because I honestly did forget about her, but like in a triple threat match, you know, Brock's just not going to come back. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
You're not going to fool me with that. And he was the champion too, so like.
Okay.
You know.
But then like some of the like New Day and Usos matches, those are definitely 5-star matches.
Yeah. You know what's a match that's like never talked about? The Shield against the Wyatt family at Elimination Chamber like 2014 or something. It was the first match ever on the WWE Network for a pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. And that match was crazy. It was nice, but it is never talked about.
I see I see fans talk about it, especially like I guess like the anniversary of it just hit, so it's been on Twitter a lot. But yeah, like analysts or like people like that, yeah, they never bring that up, which is crazy because it's like 2 of the best factions in the last like decade facing off.
And it's the first match in the network's history. Like that's groundbreaking.
Yeah, that
you
is
know
crazy.
what I mean? WWE doesn't talk about it. I guess some like hardcore fans will talk about it, but it's just not talked about as much as I'd like.
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah, that is.
That's
crazy.
what I'm upset about.
I mean, I feel like the reason WWE doesn't talk about it is because like half of those guys aren't even in the company anymore. But it's still like that's stupid.
Yeah, I guess when you do put it that way, it is just Rollins and Roman.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to put it this way, but this is how I thought about it. One's in it, or two of them are not in the company, two are in the company, and two are
Passed
no
away.
longer with us.
Yeah.
You know, like that is kind of crazy to think about. Because that was only, what, 7 years ago? Or oh, man, that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Golly.
And it was crazy to think the network's 10 years old now.
I can't believe the Shield is that old. I can't believe the Wyatt family. Man, been watching wrestling a long time, bro.
Yeah. I know, when you go and think about that stuff. Because, like, freaking Rock and Hogan was, like, 22 years ago, bro. Like, I swear. I remember that build-up like it was yesterday.
I mean, not even just the build-up. It was, like, guaranteed to be talked about every single year. When Mania season was coming around, it's like, you could have legendary moments, and it is always like that. But now it's like that. That's not. That's like the older version of Rock Cena now.
I know, right? I mean, it's crazy to think that's like what 12 years, 11 years. No, that's like 13 years old now, goddamn.
I guess only The Rock can make those moments because he's probably about to do it with Cody.
Right? Yeah, pretty much.
10 years from now, it's going to be Rock Chad Gable.
Chad's like way older than most people think.
Yeah.
So I feel like it'd be like Rock and Braun Breaker.
Yeah, probably Rock Braun Breaker. But yeah, that's an hour in. Is anything else? Yeah.
I'll just say overall, I think this was the best chamber in like a long time.
I will co-sign that just because at the moment I can't even really think of a recent. The one that comes to mind is Bray winning the title.
Yeah, which that was a decent one, but I feel like only that match was really that good. I feel like if I remember, the rest of the card was kind of stale.
I don't even remember what happened at all. You know, except for that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know we're trying to sign off, but
well,
one thing I do.
A funny moment about that though, that's the first one. That was the first one where we had the new chamber.
Ah, yeah, you're right. You know, it's funny. I think I remember like almost everyone who was in that match.
Yeah.
It was Bray. It was Cena, right? AJ Styles.
Yeah, he beat
Braun,
Cena. Was the champ
Strowman.
going in?
Yep. Braun Strowman. Randy won the Rumble, so he wasn't in it. Was Luke in it?
I don't know.
But I know for sure those four were in it. Because I remember, this is what I was going to say. Braun grabbed Bray's beard and like slammed him up against the cage. And he was like, "You do not scare me," or something like that. And I was like, damn, man, he's like assassinating his character right here in front of us.
Right. I kind of want to see this now.
Oops.
Like, who was the guys we're not thinking of in that match?
Well, let's see. That was, what, 2017?
Yeah, I got it.
It
right
was. It was John Cena, AJ Styles, The Miz.
I see the
Dean
Miz.
Ambrose.
I was thinking the Miz.
I must be confusing two, because Braun's not in this, I guess. And Baron Corbin. Huh. Man. How time has flown by, dude.
Right. So Randy beat Luke Harper that night.
Oh, you're right.
Man, Chad and Jason Jordan were the tag champs.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Becky Lynch versus Mickey James.
So the tag turmoil match, right? It was Breezango, both gone. The Vlad Villains, both gone. Heath Slater and Rhino, both gone. The Usos, who are still around. The Ascension, both gone. And then American Alpha, who won, which is just Chad Gable now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's don't be a tag team in the WWE. Get out of the tag team, DIY. I'm warning you right now. Just don't stay in there. But yeah, there's a Wrestlecap, hour 15. Let us know what you thought. This weekly, or is this just after pay-per-views? What are you thinking?
I'm down for weekly.
All right, me too. I gotta make some more animations though, because I've watched like the same seven play like 30 times each.
Right.
But yeah, catch us next week where we'll recap Raw and SmackDown. Also, I forgot to say that. That's where Wrestlecap comes from. Recap.
Yeah. I guess I keep up with NXT more, so I can fill in that part too.
Right. Christian and Robert can talk about NXT while I go make a sandwich.
And maybe AEW if we're so inclined.
Yeah, this is Wrestlecap, not WWE Cap, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was nice. Shout out Marquise, first ever guest. Oh man.